All right, what's up?
What
We're back.
up? Back. Culture
Yeah,
looking for the same thing.
Hello,
back.
bring my cell phone now. I got $10 on
This
the
is the
stupid.
breakdown.
Hey, what's up?
Breakdown with the Clark brothers. What's going on?
Your boy Heaven Clark.
Wes Clark here, and we're here to do this every week on Saturday evenings for you guys. Like we said before, we do the show The Breakdown. The Breakdown is a something that we kind of offer our experience and expertise on the fabulous, beautiful world of and culture of hip hop. So not this particular one is our hip hop forum. We do the breakdown on everything, but this particular one's on the hip hop forum. So today we're going to be talking about. Last week we had a good show. It turned into a Lloyd Banks bash show, but we
A
didn't
Lloyd
mean
Banks
for it to be that
shellacking.
way.
But
We
hold
didn't
on,
mean
before you get going, do you see the live chat?
the live chat's over there. Yeah, I see it on YouTube.
Hmm. Interesting. I don't see it. I saw it last week. Hold on. Yeah, I do. I see it. 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 All right. Okay, so this ain't gonna work. So when I go to the live chat, it now puts me on the live and kicks him out. Hmm. What the hell? All right, so I can't be on the live chat.
Yep. What just happened? I don't know. You just X'd me out, I think. Put you back in. Yeah, that was weird. All right, let's get it together so we can get
Last week I
started.
went to. Look, sorry about that, guys. Last week I went to the chat and I didn't have that issue. So
Hmm.
I don't know whether it's once I go to the chat, but it shouldn't be because it's your damn show.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to hit some people up, see what's what. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So this week last week we talked about the hip hop pension. We talked about Lloyd Banks not being top 40
Talked about Joe
lyricist.
Button and not getting the credit he deserves.
Talked about Joe Button not getting credit he deserves. So this week we're going to do something a little different. We do countdowns all the time, but we want to count down our top 5 plus a little more. But our top 5 best hip hop crew songs. So if you're thinking like,
And explain to them what we
yeah,
mean by crew songs.
right, a crew song is something that's a collaboration song between multiple artists. It doesn't have to be don't necessarily have to be from the same crew. Sometimes there is, such as the Juice Crew. They're a crew, but they're not a group. You know what I mean? So it can't be a group like Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? There's a whole
Right.
bunch of Wu-Tang, but they're a group. It's got to be a crew. So Juice Crew, that. So you gotta see like the symphony was a bunch of. They were all individual artists from the same like umbrella. The Bad Boy remix, that's a crew joint. The Flavor in Your Ear remix. A couple of Bad Boy artists on there. Puffy kind of oversaw the whole thing. but it was a crew joint. So those type of deals. So we have a lot of them, some old, some more recent. And I mean, hey, we could have made a list of 20 a piece because there's a lot.
It's hard to break it down
joints.
to 5 a piece.
It's hard to bring it down to 5. I'm just kind of going by a criteria of the impact that it made, the beat. And I want to know, I'm going by the lyrics, of course, like who, which one of these joints had like no weak link on it. You know what I mean? Like every crew joint has a proverbial weak link. But
I want one that has no weak link, or the link, or the link that is weak. The guys that overpower the track is enough to offset the weak link.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you keep checking back in the chat for anybody who makes a comment. We do apologize. We missed y'all last week. It was the first week doing it, so it was kind of hard to go back and forth between chat comments and standing there.
Yeah,
so just keep checking in. Shout out to all the heavy hitters.
I'm gonna say what up, everyone. I'm just trying something on the little chat room here and see if it actually goes to both chats. See, I just sent what up, everyone. Let's see if it goes to both. If not,
shout out to our moderators out there, heavy hitter moderators in effect.
Yeah, shout out to everybody out there, everyone who supports.
Bring the heat in case niggas try to get stupid. In case people try to get stupid, block their ass.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, shout out to all of the heavy hitters out there that support all the time. Let me see if this comment comes through. Give me a second. Let's see if I got any. I don't see nothing came through there, so I don't know. I tried to see if that where is that actual chat going, but
when you hit that comment window, you do see all the people chatting, right?
Oh, okay. On the comments, I see that. I see the people chatting from YouTube on the comments. Oh,
correct.
I got you. Yeah, we still getting used to it, man. Yeah, see, I was able to hit that. Okay, cool. That's what's up. What up, everybody? So it's easier for me to see what people are saying instead of having to turn to this side. I just got to keep going back and forth to the. I just leave. You got to go back and forth when you're going to show. Don't want to forget our Facebook cats.
Right. I think but you can actually Facebook chats. You can actually see them chat.
Everyone can see everything.
Yeah, you can. If you don't have to go back to Facebook because if somebody from Facebook chats, you can see them.
It does come through here as well. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't see that because
it'll say Facebook user.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Modern technology is the shit. I'm with it. So, like I said, man, crew joints. All right. So, crew joints, like we said, got to be from a collaboration of individual artists or individual groups or whatever. Cannot be one group. So, Wu-Tang
y'all get your crew joints together and follow along.
Yeah.
If you got some honorable mentions, y'all can put your top 5 in the chat room. Remember, don't come to after we sat here and explained everything. This is what drives me nuts. Don't put Triumph out. That you can't do Triumph. That's from the Wu-Tang Clan.
That's the Wu-Tang Clan.
They're not a joint by Wu-Tang. That's a group.
That's a group. So we can't have that in there. You can't have anyone that's a group.
Oh, y'all forgot to protect your neck.
No, that's not. That's a group. We'll do that on a whole separate show when we talk about groups. Some of the best. We'll count down our top 10 best hip hop groups ever.
Right.
Then we'll bring in Wu-Tang and stuff like that. So perfect. So we're gonna get started on this. We may have some people joining in. I'm also gonna go ahead and, once we also put out there, if we start taking any people on, we'll put the link in there and people can jump on.
Yeah,
and
people
give,
can jump on and give their opinion. And also, because we didn't get you last week, give your opinion on last week's show. Come on here and tell us that you also don't think Banks is top 20. Oh, come on, you can come on and also agree with us that you don't think Banks is top 20 either.
Like, after all this, do you think Lloyd Banks is top? Just going in. All right, let me stop doing that on Banks, man. Lloyd Banks, he's good. And we leave it at that. Like that one person said from your heavy hitters. We're just going to leave it at that.
All right, now we'll move on. That's it for him.
Yeah, we move on. That's it for him. All right, so cool. All right, so we'll go with, I'm going to start. So we'll each have our top 5 because we kind of, we have some, I think we have some similar, but we don't have everything the same. So we'll each have our top 5. So we'll go back and forth. We'll start with your number 5, and then I'll come with my number 5.
All right, cool.
And we'll go from there.
Cool. My number 5 is a lot of people probably forget this record when they talk about group joints, but to me, it had a lot of impact on it because there was always talk about you can't get female rappers to work together, and all the female rappers hate each other. And I thought that this was a big moment in hip hop because it showed female unity. You had Lil Kim on the record. And it's the first time you really seen Left Eye branch outside of TLC and rap. Every time else you rap with TLC. My number 5 is Ladies Night with Angie Martinez, Lil Kim, Missy, The Brat, Left Eye.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I'll probably what we'll do is, we'll queue up and maybe play a little bit of each one as we go along. We won't play the whole thing because we don't have the time to play all of them.
Right.
But let's play a little bit of that. Let's see if we can.
So in case y'all forgot, or for the youngins that ain't never saw it. I don't hear no sound.
You don't hear the sound?
Nope.
Do anyone in the chat room hear the sound? Let me stop it. I hear it. Let's see if anyone in the chat room hears the sound.
When you share screen, you got to share audio too.
I did. All right, let's try this again. So they don't hear sound either. Okay, let's go. Let's try this again. Share screen. Yeah, some screens you share. Yep. With the share audio connect checkbox on the next window. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if it lets you share the audio. I don't know why. It said some screens will let you share audio and some won't. See if you hear it yet. Did you hear it?
Nope.
Nope.
Worked last week.
Yeah, sure did.
Something doing something we didn't do last week. Something we doing that we ain't do last week.
I know. Well, I'll get it together while we get on the next episode. So
now you got a lot of distortion feedback.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah. Now you are.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure. Yeah, I know. It said some stuff you share screens gets audio and some doesn't. So I don't know what the hell that's all about.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Well, ladies' night's my number 5.
Yeah.
I wish we could see it. I don't understand why we can't. Why they can't share screen, share audio, and it should work. That's crazy.
Okay. It's not working. Let me try something else and see if it works, and then we'll go from there. Or let's see.
Hang tight, guys. Sorry about little technical difficulties here.
Yeah.
We want to
let's
let
see.
everybody enjoy in the video, at least a little bit of it, instead of us just talking about the video.
Exactly. All right, so I'm gonna try it this way. Let's get the screen. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Yeah, I don't know why it wasn't letting us share screen before. Let's see. Ladies' night. So I'm gonna stop sharing and I'll go back to it. If not, then we'll just continue with our countdown. But it should be working. I don't know why not. All right, let me try a different video just for that one.
Don't leave, guys, with little technical difficulties.
Yeah,
There's going to be a good breakdown. Don't be like, nah, you know what, these niggas ain't got this shit together. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll come back when y'all got it together.
How about these niggas ain't got this shit together? Let's see what if you hear this. Can you hear that? Can you hear anything?
No. See if
I can hear that. No. Share audio from a Chrome tab works best, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, from the tab.
That's what I'm doing.
Are you on Google Chrome?
Yeah. Let's see. See if you hear this. You hear it?
No.
Nothing. Oh Lordy. Let's see.
So it's something with the setup that's because nothing's
something
coming
wrong
across.
with the settings. We're gonna have to try to figure it out. Anyway. So okay, show's over. No, I'm joking.
You're gonna be showing you videos with no sound.
Yeah, until we figure out this technical difficulty. All right, I'm gonna go on the audio.
So what was your number 5?
Speaker. My number 5 was let me go back to the list here, and then I'll let you know. Oh, it was the classic from that has Kanye West. It's DJ Premier's joint classic that had Kanye West, Rakim, Nas, and KRS-One. That right there should say enough.
Yeah,
that should say enough right there.
See, that's a classic joint that is gonna go all over a lot of these Generation Z and millennials heads. And what and Generation what? Y, like, or X, I don't know where we're at, but those people, a lot of them will go over their head because they'll be like, who? And that's when I poke them in the eye when I see them.
Yeah,
if you ever say who, and if I say Rakim, and you say who, and you call yourself being into hip hop, I'm gonna poke you right in your eye when I see you. If I ever meet you, I'm gonna poke you right in the eye. I'm like, hey, have a nice to meet you.
Yeah, that don't even make no sense for them to even say that. That's crazy. Well, they better not say that.
That's like saying they've never heard of Muhammad Ali. You know, even though they weren't around when Muhammad Ali was boxing, but I bet you boxers know who he is.
Well, exactly.
They better.
better know who he is. You know, that's what what's that now? Well, we getting all
Amber
types
Alert.
of
All types of technical difficulties.
all types of technical difficulties. Nothing working right. So I'm going to, classic. I mean, Rakim had a line in there where he said it's classic because the age don't matter in the booth when you're damn, what did he say? Age don't matter in the booth when your lyrics or something. He said, I mean, something about in the fountain of youth. Yeah, when your lyrics are submerged.
He said, when my flow my flow
submerged in the fountain of youth.
Submerged in the fountain of youth.
Yeah. That's
my flow is submerged in the fountain of youth. See,
yeah.
Rakim Allah, to me, that's why I call him, and when we ever have that show, I'll break down to people why I call him the greatest lyricist of all time. Over Eminem, I'll break down why he's better, why he's a better lyricist than Eminem, why he's a better lyricist than Jay, Wayne, all them other dudes that are great lyricists. It's just something about Rakim, man, that just great.
I mean, he's like, he's hip hop royalty. I mean, there's a lot of people that are hip hop royalty, but he's hip hop royalty. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just so always did his thing, never really had to curse or anything like that, which is, you know, I don't mind about rappers that curse, but I'm just saying he never really had to do it. So,
nope.
That's what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to our cousin Leroy in the building.
Leroy, what up? What up, fam? Love you, fam. Holla at your boy.
What up, fam? Shout out to Chris Ziegler.
Yes, my boy. I was just talking about Chris Ziegler, man.
Yeah,
I was just talking about my boy Zig.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, we really appreciate everybody that's joining the show and checking us out. Even though for whatever reason we got some damn technical difficulties.
Out of all days, now all of a sudden today we having technical difficulties. I don't get it.
So all that basically means is you guys are gonna have to listen to our voices the whole time, as opposed to listening to the voices of these great artists. Yeah, so
I don't know what happened. We don't have it set up the same way we did last week.
Same thing, man. I don't know what happened. I didn't change any settings, so this is what it is. Maybe if I use this screen, let's see if I use this screen instead of my second screen. Let's see if we can. Let's see, Chrome tab.
Yeah, use the same screen. Yeah, that'll probably work.
Yeah, audio. Okay, there we go. There it is under Chrome tab. Now let's see. Let's go back here now. Let's go back to the ladies' night. See if we can share this with the people. You hear it? Do you hear it?
Nope.
Oh my God. You serious? It's it. I don't know. I'm like, yeah.
See if the people in the chat heard it. Did y'all hear it? Nope. What?
They said no. They said nope. Oh my goodness.
You can put the video on our rappers ladies night. What? What's the edge on the mic? The fun of G100 got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the hell tight. Let's play because I just paid the motherfuckers up last night. And I'm the rookie on the so-called team. Me and Kim is getting cream. Like Thelma and Louise on also. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. Just to say it's home, then it's home. Bang goes on my wrist and all this stuff.
Bang this in your whips. Bang this in your whips. Yeah.
What about that? You hear it now? Here's a spit tits.
Anybody hear it now?
No.
I'm hitting share audio and it's not sharing. So all right, we'll keep working at it as we go along. We'll get. So
your 5 was classic.
Yep.
Rakim, KRS-One.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was on that joint?
Trying again.
I'm trying one more time. Oh, give a shit. I'm trying again. Damn it.
Yeah, I said that was Nas, KRS-One, yeah, and Kanye West. Now there's two versions of that song out there. There's the original version did not have Kanye West on it.
Yeah,
The
Kanye
original
got on there late.
He got on it later. Yeah, so but his verse was fire too, though. He got on it. You can't get on a track with those legends and not rip it up with your pen. Now Kanye is no slouch with the pen.
That's what I be trying to tell people, but everybody be trying to see. I'm not gonna rant very long, but see, people get Yeezus mixed up with Kanye Titter. See, they start thinking that Yeezus is Kanye Titter. They're two different people.
Yeah.
When he's Kanye Titter, he nice.
Yep.
He nice. Like when he's Yeezus, I say pleases, because
for real.
Pleasy. When he's Yeezy, it's pleasy because
I don't like
he's
that
trash when he's
Yeezy. I don't like the Yeezy shit. I like Kanye West. Kanye West, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. That Yeezus and all that stuff. Nah. I'm not. I ain't with that. Yeezus.
All right,
we're gonna try one more. Let's try one more time. Let's see if you hear it this time. Y'all help us out. See if y'all hear it.
There you go.
Okay, worked it out. There we go. We worked it out.
Thanks for bearing with us, people. So here we go.
And another one. Yeah.
Hey.
This lady's night, what? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker up last night, and I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is getting cream, like Thelma and Louise, but on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn shit alone. So if you say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in your whips, pack them coated rollie with the chips in the wrist. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss
Look at Mary in there being ghetto.
from the fourth, fifth, make it dance. Ow! I stay focused, and the dope hits like a penny with the hole in it. Y'all just focus and topless. I ain't lying. People trying to knock me off. Keep trying. All it takes is one phone call to my street team. Promote that ass like a soundtrack. You jack. Sit there, send it off with the 850. Y'all listen the buck with the fuck bump. Biggie in the truck, in the buck to my double bitches. Let me see you do the bank head if the riches. It's the rap made West the QB. And I got
my sister. There you go. That's my number 5. Ladies' night. Number 5.
Yeah, ladies' night, number 5.
Reason why it was very impactful.
Very impactful. Keep it that way.
Right. Very impactful. Had the females together in the record. Still no Foxy. That'll never change. But it was good to see Left Eye off out of her TLC lane. It was good to see the Brat from West Coast over there with the East Coast rappers. So that's good. That's number 5. And now your number 5.
My number 5 was classic from Kanye West. Well, it was really DJ Premier featuring Kanye West. We're going to play a little bit of the God voice. I think the God set it off.
Yeah, let's get it to the God's verse.
I think he set it off. DJ Premier, of course. Primo. That is a classic Primo beat.
The greatest lyricist of all time, starting it off, just in case y'all forgot.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classic.
Classic. I'm better than I ever been. I rock him, the fiend of a mic. Yeah, is y'all ready for 2007? It's now another drought. Everybody's a killer. Wow, we bugging out. Since 86, showing the crowd what I'm about. And they still want to know when the album coming out. Acting teenagers, OGs, and nasty kids. What the definition of classic is. Timeless, so age don't count in the booth. And your flow stay submerged in the fountain of youth. Ain't no doubt the truth, I'm off the meters. Everybody co-sign it, even non-believers. Since I came to the door, became one of y'all's leaders. In the fresh pair Air Force One sneakers. Uptowns, we call them uppies when they on divas. Probably one with KRS One teachers. Nas made you look before the heaters. I bet you Carl had them on when he walked with Jesus. These is classic.
There you go.
And then he mentions everybody in the verse. That's what's dope about it. He mentions everybody in the verse. He says something about Nas, KRS, and Kanye. Put them all in there. He said,
So remember that. Remember that to all you new niggas. I hate to keep getting on y'all. Last week it was Banks. Today it's you new niggas. All you new niggas, remember, age don't count in the booth when your flow stays submerged in the fountain of youth. Woo!
Oh, baby.
Woo! I'm about to walk around here like Ric Flair if I wasn't on my phone. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a Ric Flair moment right there. Boy, it's bad.
All right.
okay, so now we can
get rolling on it.
Now we can roll. Number 4.
Yeah.
My number 4 is from the GOAT. The GOAT, Keith Murray. The first song that really introduced the Il Nana.
Okay.
And it also had Prodigy, rest in peace to one of the GOATs, Prodigy. Really no weak links. The weakest link was Joey Crack, and that's not a bad weak link.
No, it's not.
If you can say that Fat Joe is the weakest on the record, you got a pretty good record. That's a hit.
I agree. It's
the I Shot Ya remix. I have to go with the GOAT's verse. It's hard. I gotta go with the GOAT's verse. Even though I loved Foxy Brown's verse, I loved Murray's verse, but I gotta go with the GOAT. And he proved why he was the GOAT.
Yeah.
I Shot Ya remix. That's my number 4. Greatest crew joints of all time. Y'all put your choices up in there now.
Sure. We'll pick it up from the end of Foxy's verse.
And again to payment, the lay low, I play slow, roll with the firm. Mafiosa, crime kingpin, it all real, nigga, what the deal? I shot
What
ya.
the fuck? I thought I conquered the world, crush Mo D, Hammer and Ice-T's girls. But still, niggas wanna instigate shit. I battle any nigga in the rap game quick. Name the spots, I make it hot for your bitches. Female rappers too, I don't give a fuck, boo. Words, I'm here to crush all my peers. Rhymes of the month in the source for 20 years. Niggas scared, I'm detrimental to your mental state. I use my presidential Rolex to be debate. Niggas fight, like cops, your temple gets fucked. MCs that fuck without L, they gets bucked. That's real. What's up with that I shot your deal? Light shit, niggas slip, now how the bullet feel? New York appeal, in LA they gang bang. But if you touch a mic, your motherfucking ass hang. That's facts. Niggas don't receive no type of slack. Cause if they do, their ass is always running back. Not this time, but next time I'ma name names LL. Shitting from on top of the game. I shot ya.
That's dope.
Woo! And a little T about that record. So that record was originally a Tupac diss record. For all y'all that don't know. Yes, there was somebody that was not afraid of Tupac.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody who's not afraid of anybody, it's LL Cool J. LL Cool J made his career on ending niggas' careers. So the original song was about Tupac, all 3 verses.
Yeah.
but Quincy Jones had to jump in.
Yeah.
And at that time, Quincy Jones' daughter was dating Tupac.
Yeah.
So Quincy was like, you know, and Quincy Jones even told Tupac, "Oh, you don't want to battle with LL."
Mm-hmm.
Because Pac had a song ready.
Of course.
Pac had a song ready, as he should, as Pac always would. He had a song ready, and he had also had L originally. He was originally had a verse for him in "Hit 'Em Up." Right. So after that, that was gonna be his response. When he responds to Biggie and Puff, he was gonna throw him in there. He also had him in 21 Gun Salute, dressed in fatigue, black jeans and boots. He had him in there originally, but he took him out. But L, as usual, playing chess, not checkers.
Of course.
He agreed to Quincy that he gonna take him out. And then they take L out, and L always leave his shit in. So that's it behind that. So he just had that one verse when he said, "What's up with that? I shot your deal. Night slips, nigga slips. So how the bullet feel? Because that was after Pocket got shot."
Yeah.
So, what's your number 4? That's my 4.
He said, and he basically just played all LA rappers. He said, in LA they gang bang, but if you touch a mic, your motherfucking ass hang. That's facts.
Right.
That's
facts. The niggas can't rap like New York niggas, but anyway. What's your number 4?
Since you had a little LL joint, I'll come with LL joint. Another LL Crew joint with another beef wrapped around it.
Yeah.
This was the origin of the LL Cool J cannabis beef. As a result,
that's right. So it was.
And this was the original. That's how it started. And most people know. I'm sure you've informed your people that LL Cool J cannabis. Came in. He was, happy to be on the record. He should have been happy to be on the record, as KRS-One said.
Right.
He got a little too happy. He came in there. He was happy and pappy and bursting with joy. So,
happy and pappy and bursting with love, and the words of Felix Unger.
Yeah, the words of Felix. So he asked LL, "Can he? Yeah, man. I love that tat. This, that." So then he wrote a rhyme. Trying to be too much on L's dick.
Right.
Writes a rhyme and said, yo, L,
let me borrow the mic and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yo, something. He tried to give a little.
He tried to big him up, but
he said something like, "Yo, Meth, where the so and so at? Red, where's the Chronic Act?" or whatever. He said, "Yo, L, that mic on your arm, let me borrow that." And then he goes into his rhyme. And then most of the rhyme that's there was there before, except for the beginning. And he kind of switched it up because LL wasn't feeling that. He's like, "Nah, that's not good." You know what I'm saying? LL, as we know, LL is from the old school. First of all, now we gotta. And I'm sure you've informed your heavy hitters. Back in the day, before social media, before internet, people dissed people on records, sometimes on the same record.
That's right.
Each other. So
that's how they got down.
That's how they got down. Because when you think about it, a lot of people don't know EPMD and LL was going at each other on the same
record. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when it was real. That's why when you didn't have it, when people nowadays they be like, "Oh, at me, son. If you don't at me, you ain't talking about." No. Back in the day, you knew who was talking about who.
Yeah.
Just from the lyrics. They made it clear in the lyrics.
Yeah. They made it clear in the lyrics. And you had to see, because it's information is so much easy to get to us now. We're a little lazy. Back then, you had to do a little bit of research and do your homework and find out why are they beefing. And then you listen to, because back then you hear a record, you be like, ooh, who are you talking about? Then you want to go dig it into it and you figure it out. So this is 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my number 4.
There you go.
LL Cool J
DMX.
featuring DMX.
Whose part you gonna play?
I think I'm gonna go with Red. Well, since their verses were short, I'm gonna play a little bit of Meth and Red's verse because they were right
There
behind.
you go. Yeah, those are dope. Those are dope
verses.
Hey yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plays the hot.
Transact sound like Kevin. 765 43 21. Mamone, make a cow, come and get some. Play a my position. High next on this one. For all the sick ones, infliction, poisonous darts. Sickening, best believe finger itching with 2 broke legs. Now I'm tripping on MC cliche. Shot that ricochet, start triple bust bubble. Hip the wicked ways, gotta love me. G.O.D. no one above me. Look good, ugly. Got you from my buggy, son and you. Got you in your last hunky running who? Punk get a speed bump coming through. A single respect.
Hey yo, I put it on.
Get it on my nigga.
Into a certified center. The bomb I release time pin up. When you got sent up, I was hitting your ex. Low petrol, your metro. Politics, keep the chicken heads gobbling. Them driving in, come with full polygen. Terrorize your city from the committee. Kick to both Timberlands turn. With it, smack the driver head in a gypsy. When I approach rappers, be taking notes. I drop like I should've invented the raincoat. Absolute, I love the burn to the roots. I keep to your porch from your boots. Vigilante, hardcore to the business. You, my attitude is anemic.
I'm the illest alive. Watch me prove it. I snatch your crown with your head still attached to it. Cannabis is
I'm just gonna leave that in there.
When you look at me long enough,
snatch your head with your crown still attached to it.
And then I call you bluff like, yo, how many rhymes you got? I could go on for more millennia. The Mazda's got on a car lot, and there's nowhere to run to. When I confront you, I call you bluff like you had a phone number. Who wanna see cannabis get wild? Who wanna act flying, get shot down with a surface to air missile? I take them on and on shapes, size, and forms to spit on. Anybody who ain't close enough to
shit on.
0 to 60. I'm already
okay.
100 when I'm
okay.
to any.
Yeah, that was dope. Cannabis was cannabis. He's deadly with his pen. I mean, I still gotta wonder if that Crown verse was
a L. That yes, it was. That was an LL shot.
That was an LL
shot.
Yeah. And he was supposed to taking it out, even though LL didn't take his verse.
No. He took what he asked him to take out. He took out, but he didn't take out that. I'll snatch your crown. Forget it. I'll snatch your crown with your head still attached to it.
That's probably why L left his verse in, because when L had the
L
verse,
L knew that was about him.
Yeah, come on, man. Snatch your crown with you. Yeah, he might have just put that in there because you got to think about it. First, you come with it, it's all love, right? You write the verse, you all happy and shit, and you want to talk about giving props and love and all that. L kind of bust his bubble by saying, "No, shorty, you know what I'm saying? No, you can't be doing that, son. You know what I mean? You know how L be talking." So L bust his bubble. So the nigga gonna go ahead and he threw a little jab in there. He left that in there. But L was smart. You don't do that on somebody's record. The nigga got control of his own record. So he going to come with the last laugh. So
all right.
What happened?
All right.
Got started. Cool.
Let's go.
I think number 3, I think we agreed on that. I think that was the
well,
flavor.
And it's funny. And number 3, which a lot of y'all see what they saying in the chat room. What a lot of y'all, look in the chat room and shout out whoever's out there. What a lot of y'all don't realize is number 3 song also has a beef wrapped around it.
Exactly.
So, and this song, and once again, every time there's some sort of beef, the GOAT is somewhere around.
Yeah.
So the GOAT is in this record.
In the middle of
greatest of all time, in case y'all don't know what the GOAT means. Greatest of all time, LL Cool J's in this. And there's a beef wrapped around this. And that beef is generated between 2 rappers who was on the same label, who a lot of people did not know did not like each other.
Yep.
And on this record, they're going at each other again. Craig Mack and Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, on the Flavor in Your Ear remix was going at each other. Biggie started it off, and then Craig Mack came right behind him. So I guess we'll let both of them go.
Yeah, we'll let both of them
This
go.
is my number 3, Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Yeah, and it's mine too. We actually both have the same number 3, so might as well let it rock.
Now check the lyrics.
I know we had to do a remix, right?
Cause it's man, I get more butt than ashtrays. The fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, and the ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote.
What you
more guns than roses, roses shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the roots disappear. Vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing. Pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring. You should have been a cop, hip hop.
Did he co-sign?
It always co-signed it.
Pack the gat a lot. The flame's about to drop.
Here comes a brand new flavor, yeah. Time for new flavor, yeah.
And then here comes Craig Mack answering Biggie Small on the same record. That's T for y'all. Here come the Mac.
Word up, no rap, no crap, you bore me. One to grab my body, too lazy, hold it for me. I'm straight rap great, bust the head straight and dread. I'm everlasting, like it's so on broadcast. A tech 9, when I rhyme, just like mine, word is mine. Your album couldn't with one line. It's been 3 years since your last tear, but now I reappear. Your heart pumps fear to your gut. Hit your girl's butt. I scraped it, shaped it, now she won't strut. I smash teeth, off your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be around next year. My rap scoops of air, kick it bad flavor in your head.
Now, I want to say something before we move on. Now that you brought that to the attention. Check this out. I've never noticed this ever in my life. Puffy is co-signing Biggie in Biggie's part, but he's not in Craig Mack's part. You notice that Puffy's by himself. They show him he's by himself.
Yep. Because that shows who he was riding with.
Show who he was riding with, because back here with Big, there he is, right in there with Big co-signing.
Yeah.
Right? Woo, and all this other stuff. Mac got DOS Effects in here with him. They're the only ones that's in there with him. So that shows you that Puff didn't even show up to his part for shooting. Because you know, if Puff would have showed up, he'd have been in there. And he can't see all in the videos. He's always in all in the videos.
There you go. So, it tells you right there.
That tells you right there who Puff was riding with, and then very shortly after, Puff, Craig Mack, they fell out, stuff like that. So it's like, yo, that's crazy, dude. I just noticed that right now.
25 years later.
25 years later, I'm like, yo, he is nowhere to be found in there. They showing everybody individually. That's DOS Effects in there with him.
Yep.
Saying DOS Effect, where'd that come from? I don't know. I mean, I love DOS, but I didn't know
both from that same little Alvin Toney
era. Yeah, that's true.
Joint. Yeah, I mean,
Alvin Toney click, people like that.
Right, that little Alvin Toney click. So he had DOS with him. So we don't need to play anymore. That's our number 3.
I'm just showing the clips, and there's Biggie with Puff right there.
Right, there he is, co-signing, all up in the videos, dancing. There he is dancing. Distorted. You got that distortion again.
Let's see. Can you hear me? Is it better? Hello?
Yeah, it's still a little distorted.
Mic tripping out.
Now it is. Now it's better.
All right, you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. So all of that T wrapped around. Here it is, still T, 25 years later. Look at Puffy.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. I noticed it and I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, he was co-signing for Craig Mack, but he wasn't with Craig Mack. He was with Big.
Yeah.
So that just lets you know, and that also is what led to the falling out between Diddy and but because Big didn't like Craig Mack, and Big was Diddy's most popular artist, but at that time Craig Mack was his bigger artist.
Yeah, people
don't realize that. At that time, Biggie was the more popular artist, but Craig Mack had the bigger record.
Yeah, the bigger record.
So that Flavor in Your Ear is an all-time classic record.
It's an all-time great.
Now, what I want to say before we move to the next one is, so in the spirit of the show, the breakdown, that set it off verse might be one of the best ever. That Biggie rock. Biggie.
Niggas is mad. I get more butt than ashtrays.
I mean, this dude, and this is once again for I'm getting like you now for the youngins out there. Big said lines in there that cats, if you was born after like 86, you probably won't understand it. Right. The nigga said more Guns Than Roses. Okay, we know what Guns N' Roses is. More Guns Than Roses, foes is shaking in their boots, invisible bullies like the Gooch.
Like the Gooch. Now, if you never watched, now if my man Chris Ziegler's still out there, and I know my cousin will probably know, but definitely Chris Ziegler.
Yeah.
If you know what the Gooch is, the Gooch is from the show Different Strokes. Rest in peace, Gary Coleman.
Gary Coleman.
Yeah.
And Gary Coleman used to always come home and say the Gooch took his lunch money.
Right.
But you never saw the Gooch.
Yeah.
You never saw the Gooch.
He was an invisible.
So that's why he said, y'all invisible bullies like the Gooch. So
crazy.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's
lyrics
crazy.
like that, those are classic lyrics that you don't understand.
Yeah.
And don't be mad. UPS is hiring. And anybody that know back in the day, UPS was always hiring. They was always hiring.
UPS was always hiring.
Because nobody ever wanted to work there because it was too hard. It was manual labor. Like they paid each other, everybody good, but nobody ever wanted to get a job at UPS.
Yeah, it was too much.
It was too much. So
that's why he was always hiring.
Was that our number? That was both of our number three.
Number three. So we moving to my number two.
Your number two.
My number two is from my boys, Eric and Paris, Making Dollars. They also had my boy Reggie Noble in there, aka Redman. My boy K Solo's in there, and this was the hardest joint until, of course, my number one. This is one of the hardest joints ever made. I'll be honest with you. So, number two is the Headbangers, EPMD, Redman, K Solo, and that's it. EPMD, Redman, K Solo.
Yeah, we're gonna play Redman's verse.
Forgive the dude behind me trying to show off. Man, just go. All right. Let's take off. You're gonna take off.
No,
get out of here, man. So, all right, we're gonna play Redman's verse.
Fucks you up, I take a hit from a split, then I get biz with the new cut. Because I can jam like Teddy if you let me. A good fellow, but still rugged like Joe Pesci. My style is mad funker to the delicately irrelevant shit that I kick back, flips in me full bitch. Then cut, then I dip, then I switch. You an incredible nigga with the nigga 9 on your hip. I always got played by a honey dip, but now I'm on the money tip, so now I call the honey dip honey bitch. And swing hardcore because that's where I come from. I rock you like Tom and burn scrubs like a dum-dum. Remember Redman, last album I was hardcore, now I'm back to tear the frame out your ass crack. Cause I get wrecked with the check, with the blend of my wet. And what you see is what you get, and what you're getting is your ass. Hey, nigga, hit you with the funkified figure. Like A+ funk type stuff in your back. Trump pump. Yes, the red man is what they call me. Wicked with the style, you think I have cerebral palsy? Like, cause I freak the style's crazy. Lullaby a stupid ass. Rockabye, baby. The funkadelic devil hit your ass with the level from the new school. And still holding my tune.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo. Man, I miss hip hop. Hip hop, I miss you.
Yeah, for real. Hip hop, I miss you. Terrible.
Rest in peace.
Terribly miss you. That's one of the hardest songs maybe ever. The song, video,
from beginning to the end.
They shot the video in the sewer.
Shot in the sewer. It don't get no harder than that. Everybody in black.
You can't get no more underground than in the sewer.
Oh man.
Lord. I mean, every time I watch it, I get chills. It's so good. That track is so good. We got a couple honorable mentions too, but I'll do my number 2, and then we'll do honorable mention.
Let's throw an honorable mention in real quick. How about well, I don't know. This might be on your. Oh no, it can't be. There's only 2 left. So I guess the symphony is an honorable mention.
Symphony, because I have a number.
That's on
2.
your list.
Yeah, symphony's on my list. That's actually my number 1.
So then we got to play an honorable mention that neither one of us have.
Yeah.
How about I have an honorable mention. How about the Lox and EVE? That's an honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't see that video though. I've been searching for that video. I don't see that.
It's We Gonna Make It remix. There's a video for it too. If you put in We Gonna Make It and put Eve afterwards,
okay, let's see.
It'll show up. So that's an honorable mention.
We Gonna Make It. I don't see the video though.
It may not look like the video.
Right. It just says We Gonna Make It feature Styles. Here's the remix. Maybe this is it. It's not the video though.
No, that's not it. It's not the video. So that's not the one. But that's an honorable mention. Also,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah. That's definitely a video. I've seen it. They probably don't. I don't know where they have it up anymore.
Yeah.
We had a couple. Any? What about the chat room? Anybody got any suggestions? What's some of y'all's honorable mentions? What's some of y'all favorite crew joints?
Let's see if anybody got any.
Put it out there.
I don't see anybody yet putting any joints out there. Someone said, nope. Someone said for some reason I didn't really like Headbanger. That's Miss Char 710.
She didn't like Headbanger? Okay, Miss Char.
Okay, that's what's up.
Hey, I mean, I don't know why, but
yeah, give me some of y'all.
Give me a reason why you like. Give me a reason. Just get what did you like?
What crew joint did you like?
Yeah, what crew joint did you like?
How about?
I'll tell you what's another honorable mention. How about make this money?
Oh yeah.
It's called Let's Get It.
Let's Get It, and or the special
delivery remix. That's one.
Both of them.
Yeah, let's go with special delivery remix. We'll go with that one. That's a nice honorable mention.
Fuck the whole industry. Try to get rid of me.
Ghostface.
Y'all little kids goes in the house. And yo, fuck the whole industry. What up, Micah? Come on. Stand down in here. Come on. Yo, hold me down. Monster cut, truck, valley shit. Champagne spilling while we hitting every pump in my Denali. barely hit. Outfit is 4,000 and better. The rhinestones in my Flintstone look crazy in my sweater. Fall, it's not a big fairy tale, that's my MO. Fuck bitches on the reg with no problem. Iceberg rabbits in the Fox and more. Where I cop 2 more, brought 4 for Rizzo. Bad boy, thank you for the special delivery. Catch me by the pool and my Tony starts slipping. Wonder Woman arm, Ghost is intelligent. Made 30 off a dust dime, I was killing them. Did cash at 116, I was filling them. Them days that for Chris Coke, dollar billing them. I lived it out. Yeah, special delivery. I spit it out. Special delivery. I sniff it out. Special delivery. Special delivery. This is the remix. Special delivery. Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna go past. I'm gonna go down to the end. I'm sorry, we gotta go there. After all of the stuff we talked about, with the
falling out, and then just in classic Dub Diddy style, I call him Dub Diddy now because he killed the Dub. In classic Dub Diddy style, he goes back and recruits Craig Mack after Biggie is dead. Just simple, plain old, dirty Diddy douchebag moves as usual. After he ruined Craig Mack's career, he goes back and gets Craig Mack, promises him they want to start up part 2, and then he does Craig Mack dirty again. But this was Craig Mack's one and only comeback record with Diddy.
Yeah. So
terrible.
Natalie says she's doing the Harlem Shake. That's what's up. You got to do the Harlem Shake when that song comes.
You got to do the Harlem Shake when that song is on.
Word up. So, all right, we're going to bring it to that last part.
Yeah. What? This is the remix. So let's bring back my man, Craig
Mack.
Mack.
Yo, you must want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records as the dumbest motherfucker alive. You feel you gonna survive. You couldn't move through my terrain, even in 4-wheel drive. And I'm the finest. Hungry, try this, buy this, live this. I take my rap style real serious. What you think, it ain't that serious? I bang clubs, the streets is getting hot. See, Mac won't stop until Mac's on top. Young Black America, my CD dropped in 2002. Change hip hop. Most folk shake your bones. I'm talking cyclones and terradomes like Mel Gibson's. My heat will hook you, boy. Back came and shook you, boy. Some of bitches. Special delivery. Come on.
Yeah.
Special delivery. Special delivery. This is the remix. Special delivery. G-Dep. Special delivery. Come on now.
That was that shit, boy. I can't.
Who's out there Harlem shaking? Y'all know y'all Harlem shaking out there.
Yeah, I'm about to myself. Shit. Yo, it was something about Craig Mack, man. Craig Mack by far was not the best lyricist, but it was something with Craig's delivery. It was his ad.
His delivery was his delivery. He's the best. I think he's the best ad libber to ever grace. And I think he had to be the best ad libber.
I think it's
him and Busta Rhymes is right up there for the best ad libber.
Craig Mack has a very distinctive voice too. I think it was his voice as well. There was something about the way he delivered his stuff. I don't know because if you break down the lyrics to that verse, it's simple, but it was hot to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's hot.
Finest. You know, like it's the way he delivered it. You know. So,
yep. Rest in peace to the Mac.
Oh man,
now I'm tired of saying rest in peace, man.
I know.
Damn. Get to your number. What's your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is a little bit, little more,
not as on the same level as the hardness and all that other stuff, but it has to be on my list. It's not number 1 for me, but it has to be on my list because it was an epic moment in hip hop, period. Almost every rapper you could think of was on.
And if they weren't in it, almost every rapper participated in it. LL had a verse in it. Yeah. Big Daddy Kane was in the video. So somehow or another.
Yeah. Everyone had something in there. It was like this was like the We Are the World for hip hop.
Hip hop, yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, this was to stop the violence movement.
And this is so relevant in the times we're living in right now.
Yeah, times we're living in right now. Of course, organized by Blastmaster KRS-One, the teacher. Let's see. Let's go with his verse because he kind of sets
it off. You got to go with Chris.
So
we all agree.
Self-destruction.
All of the speakers have agreed that America has a very serious problem. Not only does America have a very serious problem, but our people have a very serious problem. America's problem is self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction. Self-destruction. Yeah, it was self-destruction.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one of two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the mid. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that you can unite and fight for what's right. Not negative cause. The way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives.
Pop, pop, pop. What is?
Man, so I mean, it's just like it goes on and on. I'm gonna go to MC Light's verse.
MC Light.
MC Light verse was so dope, man. She had the joint about you ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for?
And later on, 27 years later, we find out that the GOAT, once again, in the middle of something, the GOAT, LL Cool J, wrote her verse for self-destruction. And I never knew that.
Never knew that either.
Funky fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in your pocket, dying to move your body. To get inside, you pay the whole $10. Got shaped with a razor blade, taped to your collar. Leave the guns in the crack and the knobs alone. MC Lights on the microphone, bum rushing and pushing, snatching and taxing. I can't understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only places go. They'll close one more. You ain't guarding the door. So what you got a gun for? Do you rob the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy, yo.
That's the funniest line I ever heard. It's so true. You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for?
Oh, yeah.
Why you got a gun? Why are you in here with a gun? You ain't guarding the door, so what you got a gun for?
Since these verses are short, I'm gonna do one more. Heavy D, rest in peace. Another rest in peace.
Another rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Big Daddy.
Oh, here's the situation. Idiocy, nonsense, violence. Not a good policy, therefore, we must ignore fighting, fussing. Heaven's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother shot another, it broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother, treat him as an equal. They call us animals, I don't agree with them. I'll prove it wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I leave to what I'm saying, or we'll all be on our knees praying.
And you hit the nail on the head, brother. This is relevant now. We need to be playing this now.
We need to be playing this right now, 27 years later. How ironic.
Not just about like the police brutality, but even the black. This was mostly for black on black crime. That's why it's called self-destruction. You know what I mean? And they just rolled a stat across the screen that said 88% of blacks were committed by other blacks. Yeah. So they this needs to be played right in the middle of Chicago. They need to go to Chicago.
I always say it, I always say it. People get mad when I say it. Try to keep that same energy. Black Lives Matter. It gotta matter when you're black killing your own too now.
Yeah.
It's tight, but it's right.
Yeah.
It's gotta matter. Oh, keep that same energy.
I'm gonna let you kick it with your people for a minute because I got a little emergency. I gotta go run and check the baby real quick. so I'll be back.
Got the newborn going crazy, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. The hope y'all are enjoying the breakdown. Like I said, comment all the heavy hitters. Stay tuned for my show. probably tonight about 11, maybe. Give y'all time to do what y'all do. Shout out to all the heavy hitters. I'm scared to go click the chat because I don't want to cut him off like I did last time, but you know. What's up with y'all out there, man? What's up? I can't see it, but big up to all my people. I know they said Miss Charles out there. Miss Charles holding this down. Yesenia's probably out there. I know a lot of my people's out there, man. Heavy hitters holding me down. I hope my boy Chris is still there. My cousin. If my cousin, little boy, is still out there, bro, I've been looking for you for months, my G. Like, you gotta hit me up. Still got the same number too. You know what I mean? So if y'all disagree, or if you got some other crew joints that y'all like, or if you want to hear us break, if there's something that y'all want to hear us break down, like in upcoming weeks, put all the suggestions in the comments because we definitely gonna read them all. So we're gonna be breaking down a whole bunch of stuff. We're gonna be breaking down best lyricists. We're gonna be breaking down best video models. Like, it's gonna be crazy. So get ready again. Tonight's show, probably about 11 p.m. It's gonna be a crazy show. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm not doing any political stuff. Like, I'm just over it. I'm over it. Like, I had to go from COVID-19 to this shit. I'm over it. I don't want to hear no conspiracy theories on my show. I don't want to hear none of that.
And I'm back.
All right.
All right. So
my
what's
number,
your number two?
I already did my number two. My number one.
Yeah.
My number one record, my number one crew joint ever is. There's also a reason why I made it a number one. I made it number one because it is the only that I can remember. It's the only crew joint that had a spinoff. It was the only crew joint that usually remix with a regular, and then they have crews or different people in it. But they had a remix, a spinoff of this joint, and had added more people to it. But the same people came back. So to me, that made number one even more epic. And it is the song that really, really introduced into hip hop what would go on to be one of the top 25, top 30 rappers in history, maybe. Some people think he's lower than that. But this combined another, rest in peace. We losing all our hip hop soldiers. This had the great Tribe Called Quest going with leaders of the new school. My boy Busta Rhymes kind of introduced Busta Rhymes, but I like Charlie Brown verse, so I'm going with Charlie Brown's. But it was Scenario, to me, the greatest crew joint in history. We can do Charlie Brown, and then we'll jump the Busta, because that was really the verse that everybody remembered that made this joint epic. It is Leaders of the New School, Tribe Called Quest, Scenario, my number one crew joint in hip hop history.
Sit back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard, but act like you know. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the Tribe, y'all. Tribe, y'all. Vibe, y'all. Vibe, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that? Brown. Some may I say, call me Charlie. The word is the herb, and I'm deep like Bob Marley. Lay back on the payback, evolve, rotate the gates. Contact. Then I get a hit. Boom, bit with a brother named Tip. And and we're ready to flip. East Coast stomping, ripping and romping. New York, North Carolina, and Compton. Check it out. The loops for the troops, more mounds to the ounce. And wow, how now, brown cow. We're ill to the skill, gets down for the flex. Next is the textbook old to the new, but the rest are doo-doo. From radio to the video to Arsenio, tell me, yo, what's the scenario?
All right, and then we'll go over the.
Woo-hoo-hoo. And then this is when we break down greatest anchors of all time. You might hear this record. You might hear this verse again.
Without ego, so here's Busta Rhymes with the scenario.
Watch as I combine all the juice from the mind. Heal up, wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Powerful impact, boom from the cannon. Not bragging, try to reap a mind. Just imagine, vocabulary is necessary when digging into my library. Oh my gosh, eating I do stew like the one pizza toss. All over the track, man. Pardon me, as I come back, as I did it, I had to beg your pardon. When I travel through the and I roll with the squadron, row, like a dungeon dragon. Change a little chores cause the pants are sagging. Try to step to this, I will put you in a turban and have it smelling right like the most stale urine. Chuckity choco, the chocolate chicken, the rear cock diesel, the cheeks they were kicking. Yo, bust it out before the buster another round, the rhythm is insane. The rhymes are on town, ripping up the sound just like yo. Observe the vibe and check out the scenario. Yeah, my man,
Yeah, that was definitely the
introduction to Busta Rhymes.
In addition to that, I got a little extra treat. When we heard the song, you kind of had an idea that Busta might be going solo, but it wasn't until they performed the song on Arsenio Hall.
The great Arsenio Hall, he gets one of the Joe Button Awards, does not get the credit that he deserves for his contribution to hip hop, because it was a time where he was the only one putting hip hop people on his show, and he had all the hip hop acts performing on his show. So shout out to Arsenio Hall.
Shout out to Arsenio Hall, man. I mean, he really was doing it. But it wasn't until A Tribe Called Quest, because this was a Tribe Called Quest song featuring Leaders of the New School. And they came on Arsenio Hall, and he had a nice interview with them. They performed this with them, and it wasn't until the performance. This is when you knew Busta Rhymes was going solo after this. Bottom line, I mean, he had everything, his outfit, all that stuff. He knew I knew when I saw this, I said he's gone from this group. So I'm just gonna play a little his verse from the I'm gonna play his verse from the Arsenio.
The way the crowd reacted when they were like, "Oh man, Arsenio!" The way Arsenio reacted,
yeah,
it was over.
Here we go.
As I combine all the juice from the mind, heal up, bring it back on the ride. Powerful impact, boom! I brag it, that's what we provide in the legend. Vocabulary necessary, right there, oh my God, oh my God. I just feel like all over the cat bag, finally, as I come back, as I did that when I had to beg your pardon. When I travel to the I go with the look
at the city.
I can smell it like the ball. Still you're in. The chocolate chicken. The real cocktail. What chicks they want to kick you? Yo, bust it out before the buster.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll grab the lies and check out the scenario.
Now look at this.
Look at how he's standing.
That's what I'm about to say. That's another thing I wanted to point out. This is another thing I want to point out. Here, I'm Busta Rhymes, and this is Leaders of the New School. He pulled the what's his name? David Ruffin.
Flash.
He pulled a David Ruffin on him.
I'm Busta Rhymes, and these are LONS.
Charlie Brown talking about it's all about leaders of the new school. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah, niggas ain't coming to see you, Otis. I mean, yeah. Let me tell you, Charlie. This was. I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever been more wrong in my life than in this instance.
Me too.
I would have sworn.
I thought it was all about Charlie Brown, man.
I thought Charlie Brown would be the first to go solo. And then if you know what that whole old school, you know that the T on them. Yo, Charlie Brown was supposed to go solo. He thought he was gonna go solo first.
Yeah.
He decided not to. And Busta Rhymes went solo first and last and everything.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. I mean, so but if you see how he's standing here all by himself over here, everybody else over here, that tells you right there. It's a picture says a lot of 1,000 words, as they say. So dope. That's a dope number one. Dope number one. Well, my number one is it's to me, it just has to be number one in my book.
Good number one. It's a good number one. It's a very solid number one.
It's the once again,
Robbie like the first real crew joint.
Yeah, this is a crew. They was from the Juice Crew, so they weren't a group. They were a crew, and yeah, man, they the symphony, Marley Marl, featuring
gotta go to Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, featuring Master Ace, Craig G, Kool G Rap. Yeah, and Big Daddy Kane. I think I'm gonna play their verses right behind each other. I think I'm gonna play because the video version is the short versions of their verses. So I'm gonna play Kool G Rap. Play Kool G. Here we go.
The mic for the symphony. Yo, Marley gives a slice. I get nice and my voice is twice as horrifying as this in price goes deep. Till you fell in a spell of sleep. And while I'm counting the money, you count sheep. When G-Rap strikes the mic, I recite the type, the hype that you like to make the people unite. I rip off hips and zip off lips. Step on reps. You flip and wanna sip on my tip. Take a deep breath because you don't have enough left. Coming back like I'm avenging my brother's death. Making veterans run for medicine cause I put out more light in a fight the con netizens. Rip the damn cage like I'm on a rampage. So if you want rage, I'ma make front page. Read the headlines, suckers, the day's the deadline. The head is way past bedtime. Next up, I believe that's next. Big Daddy can get on the mic for the symphony. Setting it off, letting it off, beginning. Rough till the ending. You never been it. Move the groove with the smooth rap lord. Like a bottle of juice.
Rhymes are being poured
down the ear, crisp and clear as I prepare to wear, tear, and smear. Then I'm out of here with the mark left that you can all cling. Cause rocking a party, yo, is a small thing. I rip many places on regular basis, and broken down mics were the only traces that I've been there, in there at the party. The mic had my prints, and on it was a body. So take caution, I'm not horsing around in a throwdown clown. I'm taking yours, son. So just acknowledge the way that I kicked it. Cause if rap was a house, you'd be evicted. And the Smiths from the microphone, choking on a bone, means daddy's home. And battling me is hazardous to health. So put a quarter in your ass, cause you played yourself. I reign superior, always taking care of you. No frill rappers, you will evaporate, disintegrate, play to your fate, and the great will dominate. Straight to the stage of reigning, gaining. So put gaining that
Rap category in story.
I still have beats.
One of the slickest rhymes in hip hop history.
Battling me is hazardous
to health. So put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
That line could still rock today.
Yeah, could still rock today.
If he'd have never said that line, and I turned on like a battle, like one of those battles or whatever, and someone said that, put a quarter in your ass because you played yourself, that'll go over right now today.
Yep.
People would be like, "Ooh, that's crazy." If he wouldn't have said it so many years ago, that line would have been one of those smack battles or
Distorted. The mic's distorted.
That would have been. Can you hear me better?
No.
Hello.
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay, cool. That would have been that line would have went over even today. So,
right.
I mean, that's just crazy, man. Everybody, who's that? Who's rocking up here? Good move by Buster. He obviously had longevity. Mo Money said, "Good move by Buster." He obviously had longevity.
True. Yeah, how long job was good, but that was a good pick by you. You see how they were standing, and this, I am Prince, and this is the revolution.
Right. I
That's
mean,
the way he was standing.
At that point, it became Busta Rhymes and LONS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like, that's just wow.
And Busta still, still doing his thing. He's another one I think his career is underrated. I don't think anybody really questions him as far as him being a legend or what have you. But I think Busta's career is undervalued because he's got over 10 albums.
Yeah.
And he's got over 10 albums. And he had over 10 albums a few years ago.
Damn.
And
years ago.
It's like, and Joe Buttons gave him props. He said Busta got 10 albums and still ain't mentioned with the GOATs. So and you're talking over 15 years ago that record came out that Joe Button said that. So hey man, shout out to Busta.
Yo, Busta, man, like you said, man, his career, he man, and just like my man said in the chat room, he has that longevity, and that's the truth. He's proven that. He's proven he's had the longevity. So, I mean, I would love to do something separate on Busta, man, because Busta, he had a very illustrious career when you think about it. He reinvented himself a couple times, because listen to how he was rapping back then, and listen to how he's rapping when it comes to like now,
Of course, and who was responsible for that? There he is again.
Diddy.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy, right in the middle.
Every time you try to shut him out of hip hop, he just has done too much. You want to shut Diddy out because he's such a jerk, but then you can't because he's just done so much for the culture. He's done a lot to hurt the culture too, but he's bought a lot of it's because of Diddy telling him, you can't be screaming all day, Playboy. But you gonna scream the ladies, they're gonna run out the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came back to next time you heard him, he said, "Hit your brother, what you saying, yo? Diddy with the Mac Millie, what the dilly, yo? That's because of Diddy. No, so me booty, yo, he moody, yo. Dr. Hopkins with the booty, yo.
Yo, bitch niggas get it. Act booty, yo.
Make you want to get up in the booty, yo. And then once he toned it down, then what did you start seeing? Records with Janet Jackson, records with Mariah Carey. See, it's because of Diddy that he changed his way. He changed his ways. So
that's true. I got an honorable mention I want to drop in. I'm gonna try to just play one verse from it if I can find it. This video is real blurry, so it looks kind of screwed up. But this was the Five Boroughs KRS One. I thought that was pretty dope that he had different people representing the Five Boroughs, but then he also had Long Island, somebody representing Long Island, somebody representing Jersey. So he did. It was called Five Boroughs of Death, but he had Long Island represented in there, who was Keith Murray. And because we from Long Island, I gotta play Keith Murray's verse repping Long Island. And let me see if I can find it in here because his verse came in a little early. On the block all day.
My nigga Biggie. I'm from C-I-L-I-F-L-Y. Where the niggas and bitches, they pay fly and high. Where slutty get mad if you call up bitch. And the righty get mad if you call us bitch. Where the rich emerge. With the niggas from the ditch. There's a myth. They get niggas from the suburbs. Yo, this is for my niggas on the block all day. Who don't give a fuck waiting for crime to pay. Put your money on it. Yo, we never fronted. Long Island got some of the best niggas that ever done it. From Riverhead to Seattle to Brentwood to One Dance. Niggas coming through will not stand a chance. From Roosevelt to Freeport to Hempstead to Uniondale. Coming deep from the depths of hell, I'm dead serious. Even though you see me smiling, roughing up the great New York from Long Island.
Oh man,
niggas always sleeping on Long Island, thinking something sweet.
That
always
verse,
sleeping on
that's
Long
what
Island.
He said. That verse really represented Long Island in the best way because he said, "Thinking niggas from the burbs is herbs." You know what I'm saying? He said, "Thinking niggas is from the suburbs is herbs." He put that in there. He was the perfect person for that verse.
Yep,
he really was because he bought it from a voice that cats aren't used to hearing from Long Island because everyone think of Long Island and they think of suburbs, you know, it's nice houses and green grass, but he is from what would be considered the gutter of Long Island. You know what I'm saying? You know, the gutter don't really have, you know, Long Island don't really have like projects, stuff like that. Not really. But they do have hoods.
Dance, dude. They got hoods.
They got hoods.
Shout out to Crime Dance.
Crime Dance. And he just, I mean, he repped it for everybody who ever, because let's be honest, I won't go all off. I'm gonna do a whole show on this. Now, Long Island got, like he said, put your money on it. Long Island got some of the best niggas who ever done it. At present, right there. I mean, you got, first of all, arguably the best MC ever.
Came from Long Island. Wine Dance, Rakim.
From Wine Dance.
You got arguably the greatest hip hop group.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah.
Public Enemy.
Public
Long
Enemy.
Island.
Long Island. All of those names, all of those towns he mentioned in that verse had, you know, Wine Dance. He said Brentwood, Brentwood, EPMD came from them. Central Islip, that's where he's from. Yep, Craig Max from Long Island. Central Islip is where Keith Murray's from.
Yep.
Roosevelt and Hempstead, that's Public Enemy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Right
Uniondale,
there. So,
Leaders in the New School.
Leaders in the New School. Uniondale. Another one. Amityville. That's De La Soul.
De La Soul.
So, like, some of the best dudes that's ever done it in hip-hop are from Long Island. Period. And there's a couple of cats that's from Long Island but never repped it, never said they was.
Right.
But I won't. Y'all can have.
Or like I said, they're young, and Prodigy is from Hempstead.
Right.
Prodigy's not from Queens.
Right. He repped Queensbridge, but a nigga from Hempstead.
He's from Hempstead.
And he never denied. Never denied it.
He just he grew up in, like, he grew his teenage years in Queensbridge, which is fine. I say wherever you bet your corners at, that's where you from.
Yeah.
Like wherever you went to me, wherever you went to school, if you did 2 consecutive schools, like if you did elementary and middle school, and then you moved somewhere else for high school. No, you from where you did elementary and middle.
Yeah.
Like so dudes that be like moving from a different town and they come to New York when they 15. Nah, you're not from New York. Right. You from wherever you came from when you was 15.
Which is kind of the reason why Busta claims Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, because he did come, I think when he came
and
to
LL claims Queens, even though he's from Long Island.
Right. And so is Method Man. Method Man claims
Method Man from Long Island,
because Method Man
is from Hempstead.
From Hempstead. He's from Hempstead.
But L was originally from Queens. Then he moved to Long Island with his grandmother because his grandmother lived in Long Island. Then he moved back to Queens. So
yeah. So he's from Queens. But see, like what you just said with now Busta, I believe he came to Long Island in high school, I think.
Yeah, he may have.
I think he did. It might have been high school.
Like the first year of high school.
Like the first year of high school. So he grew up most of his, you know, young years in
Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
So we'll give him that. If you want to be from Brooklyn, you can be from Brooklyn. Long Island ain't got us. We don't sweat nobody.
No, we ain't got to sweat nobody because we got. I mean, when you think about it, like I said, we could claim the arguably the best rapper alive.
Yep.
So
not many people can do that.
Not many people can claim the best rapper alive. And not just he's the Michael Jordan of hip hop, because he's not just like, well, the reason why I say that is because even other rappers put Rakim as their best and favorite rapper.
Yep.
So it's just like how other basketball stars put Jordan up top. Mostly the other rappers will say Rakim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got cats that, you know, I mean, we have our list, and we gotta do that. We'll do that on a separate show as well. We'll run down our
we'll run down when we come here with our greatest 10 rappers of all time. Y'all better have a list, because I want y'all to have a list and tell me who's y'all greatest. We'll put the criteria out there before it happens, but that's in shows to come.
Jimmy Ace is in the building. What up, Jimmy Ace?
What up, Jimmy Ace?
What up, my dude? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing love. And I mean,
real quick, anybody want to ask anything, or anybody want to come on live? You got the
y'all want to jump on?
Show some love, anybody.
I'll drop the link in the room. Anybody want to jump on? Jimmy Ace, if you want to jump on, whatever. Somebody want to jump on? I just dropped the link in the chat room. If you click that link, it should bring you to where you can, you know, like come in, and you know, you'll get into our green room.
Just say put your name.
Yeah.
So
you'll get into our green room, and we'll rock out. We'll see what you got to say. Yeah,
if not, we'll put this crazy kid away. Oh my God.
And then yes, I've dropped one of my honorable mentions. This was always one of my favorites. A lot of people, this went over a lot of people's heads. First of all, the Boot Camp Clique and Helter Skelter and Smith and West and all of them, they was straight underground. You know,
yeah,
they were raw. But this was a cool crew joint that I like.
Yes, y'all. See how this go to be the best, y'all. Five slam from east to west, y'all. Pound straight through your bubble vest, y'all. Your chest, y'all.
Like a rumba, the rain. One on the set, and I like number. Still play the back in my thunder gear, down to my underwear. Make all your mother's wonder where I come from. Cause mother dapper then. I'm a fan, plus I run rappers, man. Fat Five, mad live, blow up the spot. Drew High gets the paper, Black Moon still gets the prize.
Hey, yo, next to my neck be big R-O-C-K. Send MCs to me and squad the streets. They rock this must.
He had the ill voice too.
See him in action as he transform that man to me. Enemies ain't caught him. Ain't no welcome back in my home. Knots get blown like quarter slots and pay.
Just wanted to drop a little bit of that. I think Rock had one of the illest voices in hip hop.
Yeah, he did.
He that, if nothing else. But I mean, these are cats that another rest in peace. Rest in peace to Sean Price, aka Ruck. AKA Ruck. Sean Price was nice too.
Y'all niggas gotta stop dying, yo. Come on, man.
Anyone on? I know people dying, man. I mean, we lost a lot of cats, man.
Yo, take care of yourself, man.
My man, Ruck.
Take care of yourself, man.
I know. I mean, fortunately, like last week we talked about the hip hop pension, and fortunately, we still have a lot of our pioneers with us.
Yeah,
you know, more are still alive than are dead. So, but I dropped the link in the room. If anybody want to jump on, come on and say what up, ask a question. If not, it's all good. Hold it to next week, and we'll come back. Less technical difficulties.
We'll be ready next week. We do apologize. We thank everybody for hanging in there.
Yeah, we thank y'all for hanging in there, man. We're trying to just get through this and have some fun. Let everybody, but we doing our thing, man. I think I definitely want to shout out our fam for dropping through on the Facebook side.
Yes, sir.
Chris Ziegler.
My
man
guy,
Leroy.
Chris Ziegler. I just told the story about Chris Ziegler showing up at our I get choked up every time I say it. And you know, Chris, I'm not gonna say it again and get choked up in front of Chris. Chris is not the emotional guy. He's not the one. He don't like all that crying.
Someone said, all right, so Nikita said Scenario 2000 and Victory. Now, Victory, wasn't that a Wu-Tang joint?
No, Victory wasn't that Sun Don't Shine Forever? Ain't that Victory?
Oh, that Victor. Okay, Victor. Okay, I'm thinking of Triumph. My bad. Yeah. Victor. That's right. Sun Don't Shine Forever. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that.
Scenario 2000. Isn't that the remix I was talking about? Oh no, that must be someone else.
With the, that was the one with EPMD, I think, wasn't it?
No, Scenario 2000.
Yeah. Oh no, that was Rough Riders. Rough Riders. Let's see. Let's go here. Scenario 2000.
See, y'all don't understand us, you know. Somebody doesn't understand, man. This is the darkest shit, hitting with the hardest shit. Cause before we started shit, with kids I knew, my fucking friends all turned against me. Then fuck it, bought me a dog. Every 6 p.m. my dog has been like this. He got my back, I got his. Scheming on mad niggas. That's how we do biz. It's about time to start another robbery spree. It's highway, robbery. When I was up north, sing, I was sending niggas home in the coffin. Living like an orphan. Bad nigga, I'll be back. See if you be still here. You know my style, I'll put your fucking man in a wheelchair. Who'll never walk again on the step of me. That's how I left from G. Scared to death of me. Niggas cannot run. Hit with the hot one from the shotgun. Cast is close.
I love it.
How we got done.
My dogs believe
hey.
me. Hide the cake, never teasing me. I show love to all my bitches hustling ones, tussle with thieves, making moves second to none. I lied there, made a sudden move, you got big, flooded with the double law, real street shit. The blind head bandage, you got guns handed, turn my face when I bust the bandage, cause I don't wear sunblock. Ass brag if the fire is hot. Shit pop, shells go 3 feet, roll over and stop. We more niggas that was coming, till we told them. More niggas like they mothers said, we right up in socks. Red dye, escaping on the red eye. The seashore and hide out and buy out balls till we see ball. In this game, we beat y'all. You got money, keep yours. For I be caring, trying to identify the
come see me if you trying to get some grams tonight. I can get it for you, raw, gray, tan, or white. Fuck rap, yo, I'd rather be planning a flight somewhere hot on the wave runner, tanning with dice, blowing the haze while all of them giving me brains. One at a time, y'all start from the front of the line, but everybody wanna contact me and get with me and still end up being mad since I charge 50. And as for you suckers, you can keep those raps and screw your awards. My son can't eat those plaques. I never was shit. Some things I never forget. Like if you spend 3, you guaranteed to make back 6. Drove the Benz off the lot and just dusted it all. 10 rims, stash, took the governor off. Even the cats that be hating still be loving the dogs, cause they know that the double R's coming for war.
Wait a second, bro.
That nigga Jada, man. Oh my God.
Fuck your awards. My son can't eat those plaques. Yo, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
That's dope. That's a good choice. EVE. The illest pit bull in a skirt.
Yeah, that was that. Yo, that is good. And I'll play a little bit of the Victory one. Hopefully the video's in there.
But who's in Victory?
Only one. I think the only people. I think that's just Puffy and
I think that's just
Big.
Puffy and Big.
Yeah, that's just Puff and Big. I think
nobody else was in it.
Nah, there was nobody else in that one.
Yeah, that's not really a crew joint.
Maybe
it was by the permission, but
the Benjamins was a crew joint.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless I'm wrong, Victory, that is Victory, right?
Yeah.
All About the Benjamins was a crew joint.
Yeah. That was a crew joint.
Yeah, that was definitely but that it had the Victory one had Puffy with Biggie on there, and then Busta was on the hook. The real life from front to back with the people in it back. Yeah, that one. And unless there's another Victory joint. Matter of fact, when I had put in Scenario 2000, a whole bunch of shit popped up. So
everybody started copying.
Wasn't that what I thought that EPMD joint was
that was KIM
the one that had Lady Luck on
Headbanger
it.
2000, something like that.
Oh, that was Headbanger 2000.
That was like Headbanger 2000, or no, it was called KIM 2000, I think. I think they had keep it. It wasn't Scenario 2000. It was and it wasn't I don't remember what it was, but it was the one with Lady Luck on it, which was pretty dope. Which was a pretty dope joint.
Yeah, that one was dope too. I don't know, but All About the Benjamins was like more like a crew joint.
Yeah, another one that was hot was Dun 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 Dun. Get the fuck up. The remix.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It had meth in it. It had Red in it. It had Lady Luck. It had Remy Ma. Lady Luck and Remy Ma on the same record. And Busta anchoring. That's a nice lineup.
He sure did.
Then now we'll take this last one before we get off.
She said, start it up remix
with none other than Lloyd Banks.
Lloyd Banks and Kanye and Fabulous.
This may not be the video though. I'm just gonna play the.
Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, you know they mad cause I'm hood rich. You never ever seen a nigga good trick. You want a problem? Start it up. Wait a minute, look. Cotton candy shoot, cotton candy cook. Hard knock, off an Annie loop, off the scoop. Play with me, see what the scrammy do. My canary shoot, hot beams pointed right at you. Peekaboo, Benji paper made me hater proof. All your fame reduced. Najee twice, purple haze and goose. Got me loose. Kick my way and now I got the juice. Gucci bubble groups, 1,000 kicks, couple hundred boots. Getting fucking loot. My top down, I'm flashing on them. I'm passing on them. Pull over and hit the hazards on them. The ratchets on them. Pay my dues. Now it's back to ballin'. The raps are boring. Dead man. I dip the casket for them. I'm back performing. I bag them. Break their back. Don't call them. Look down on them. Like the Kenbay. Patrick Morning. Cash is pouring. Stunt storming. Got this bitches up.
See, that's the hottest thing I've heard him say. See, now there's a quotable.
Yeah.
There's a quotable. Like the Kenbay, Patrick Morning. That's hot.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, so y'all finally shout out to whoever, Nikita. You finally found something to Lloyd Banks that I could say, okay, all right.
Yeah.
He's good. He's better than okay. He's good.
I'm not gonna do it, but dare I play the rest of it? Now, did he get bodied by everybody else on the track?
No, we ain't playing the wild.
I'm not gonna play the rest.
We're gonna let Lloyd leave this tonight on a good note.
On a high note.
That's messed up.
How about the what you call it remix?
The
Get the Fuck Up remix. It may not have a video, but that's all right.
I know. I don't think that.
Because Lady Luck destroyed that.
Yeah.
I represent the bitches they call stuck up.
Ooh, that was crazy.
Dun, 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 dun. Redman destroyed it. Method Man again.
It says remix, so let's see if this is the one.
Get the fuck up.
Yeah.
Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. Losers in the back, sipping yak, y'all. What's up?
Girls, rub on your
titty. Yeah, fuck it, I said it. Rub on your titty. New York City Gritty Committee. Pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm and
witty.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Luck.
Luck said, shut the fuck up. Bitches in the back like crack getting cut up. I speak on behalf of them broads you call stuck up. Act like a man to get cock smack the fuck up. Pull a truck up. Luck, you know the name. Assed out in the beat to stay shitting on the game. I suppose what you spitting is flames. Coward, knew your crew is vaginal. I can smell the Dutch powder. Summer's Eve, I drop degrees chill. Come 4x4, lose one like Drew Hill. Stay fly till you get air sick. Now that's ill. Two choices, either squeeze a pill. Now that's real.
What the fuck's going on here? Just a minute now, hold up.
Let's go to Buster.
Your town off an out. You see the collar hanging like your mom.
Here we go.
Change.
Yo, get the fuck up. Funk Dr. Spot said, get the fuck up. I got a bitch named Nina and I tuck her. I leave a nigga hanging like your mom's muffler. Snuff her, then my boys follow up. Respect like the fines. You see the collar up. I spit out a bullet, load the barrel up. Kamikaze your town off an Arab bus. Carrot cut, yeah, mommy, pull over. I've been your pussy like for years. I knew yoga. I'm too smoked up. I can't remember me or Tennessee. That's why I carry mini-me. I need 50 feet when my performance start. I push an armored car with Lauren Hearts. 19 inches, I'm not on the charts. Not turning dark off a warning shot. Drive off and pop, sticks in your hood.
Fuck the limelight, we rhyme tight, plus snacks are good.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
Sonic.
Nigga, one rhyme is falls over. I'm hot-headed cause I walk with cold shoulders. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Boy, when I'm puffed up, you know my name in Pharaoh months. Why we came? What? We off the chain, plus we plotting on a chain. What? Know your roll. By the way, tuck your go. And you and your mic kiddies on down the road. Assholes are like opinions. Everybody got to have one. Shooting in the sky, trying to blast some. Zero to 60 in a second, pull a fast one. 50 cent flash, and they hate us with a passion. Mashing, still fresh, and 3-day-old flashing. Your platinum stripes, together we be clashing. This a tunnel banger. Wu-Tang. Death penalty, the gas chamber. This gon' hurt me more than it hurts you. Slap you like the doctor the day your mama birthed you. Just so
man, let me tell you something. I gotta go. Let me tell you something, man. It's time the niggas start mentioning Mets with the GOAT. I'm tired of this. Niggas has got to start mentioning to Cal with the GOATs.
Yeah.
This dude, man.
Yeah.
And he's getting even. I think he's even better now.
He might, yeah. I mean, a lot, but you know what? I can say that about a lot of cats that was out in the 90s. Like, it's not like they, just because these young cats aren't into them, it's not like they don't keep they pen sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like, Meth, I've seen Meth lately drop some bombs, man, like lyrically. So a lot of them cats still, you know, you don't forget how to be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't forget how to rhyme. That's not nothing that you forget.
That nigga,
you know what I'm saying? It's just that it's all about if the, you know, some of these cats ain't saying stuff that the young cats want to hear. You know what I'm saying? These young cats want to, you know, there's a whole different type of thing now. There's different type of drugs, different type of partying, different type of hustling. You know what I mean? The trap house, you know, stuff like that. You know, this is all different now than what we used to have. So, yeah, man, I agree with you there. It's time to start. It's time to start putting Meth in the GOAT talks. But maybe we'll break that down.
And he did the Warriors, the little what's the word they use? Oh, the Warriors, when he said, you know, hold your hold, by the way, tuck your goal. Then you and your crew can ease on down the road. That's like the Warriors. The Warriors had to take off their colors. And he said, you can pass through the hood if you take your colors off.
Yeah.
As he said, and you and your crews can ease on down the road.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, man. Just I'm 90s, man. That's my era, like 90s hip hop.
Yeah. That's
my shit. It's the best era of hip hop. To me. It's the best era of hip hop, but
yeah.
I get out of here.
That's for sure. Yeah, well, you know, next week we'll come back. We'll break down some more stuff, man. I think next week on this show we should definitely go with one of our lists, either the top list, you know, rappers or maybe groups We'll go from there. Which one you want to go with? And then we'll let
or
the chat
albums.
room
We can
know.
do albums too.
Do albums.
We might do best.
A lot.
How about we go next week? We break down the top R&B albums. Let's switch it up to some R&B. Let's do our R&B or let's do our R&B argument. Or
R&B arguments.
We'll do our top 5 R&B albums of all time.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we could do that. I could ride. That's gonna be tough too, though. But we may have to break that down into like male and female, because that's tough.
Yeah.
To do 5 R&B before it died back in a few years ago was pretty hot. So yeah, we could do that. Also, last announcement is Fat Joe did have the God Rakim on his show, and he did say, he asked him straight up, would you be willing to do a versus against Big Daddy Kane? And the God said, yeah. And Fat Joe lost his shit. He was like, whoa. He went crazy with it. Yeah, because
Fat Joe needed something like that, because he been telling the last couple of times, like, to get, he been out there spilling beans. So this was good that he got this to kind of take all the pressure off him, because he gonna have Jay on his neck. He out there with this quarantine, got people revealing secrets because they got nothing else to do, and they bored. They don't have no other content. He already did to Ashanti last week, and then now this week is on some Jay. Now Jay ain't too happy about that. Jay was if Jay's the type, if he want that to get out, he'll get out. He went and told everybody that Drake was supposed to be on the all the way up remix. Nobody knew about that. Nobody would have knew about that. But Jay said no. Jay didn't want him on. So I got a name for him. He be messy. I call him Sloppy Joe now, because there ain't nothing messier than Sloppy Joe.
I could use.
There's nothing messier than Sloppy Joe.
I know.
Yeah, used to love the Sloppy Joes, boy.
I used to love me some Sloppy Joes.
Shout out to my mother. Rest in peace. She made the best Sloppy Joes ever.
Man. Yeah. You know who else actually? Shout out to Uncle Fat over there in Texas. Our uncle over there. He actually makes very good Sloppy Joe too. He makes that Texas style Sloppy Joe.
Yeah, you know it's hot then.
You know it's hot. And he makes it big. Everything's big in Texas.
Big in Texas.
Big old pot. So yeah, big shout out. So that's what we'll do next week. We'll do the R&B stuff. Maybe we'll do a couple things and break it down. But we want to thank everybody. The heavy hitters came through and represented as they always do.
Peace. Shout out, y'all. I'll be on later on tonight.
Yeah, catch y'all later. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.